And yes, once again, we have the three amigos together at the car show for the fire departments to support the vets. Now tell me, Matt, how you like doing this stuff?
I'm loving doing it every year, and we're happy to be back here for another year. COVID's finally over.
Tell by the smile on your face, let me tell you how good it feels to be out at all.
Yeah, it really is. We're happy to be back out here.
I want to thank you guys for having the show. And Jimmy, how's the retirement doing?
I'm trying to enjoy it. Sometimes they pull me back to do things, but doing benefits like this is great. I enjoy it.
Well, this is all having fun, you know. And our little buddy, come over here, Mr. Al.
How you doing, Larry?
How are you doing?
Great, great. Another great 7th annual Autorama for the Berlin Fire Department. All the money that we raise goes to the local veterans in town. It doesn't go out of town. We've been helping for the last 8 years the veterans in town, and we've given over $70,000 to the veterans.
Wow, I am totally impressed.
It's a great feeling when we're able to take care of these vets in town. We have the car show, we have a comedy show, we had a Jeep show last week, and then we have a French fry booth with our Freedom Fries at the Berlin Fair.
Well, you're looking at me, you know I know where that is, right?
You got that right.
I mean, but it's so good to be out with everybody, and I can't wait to the fair. We're finally going to have a fair again.
Yeah, finally going to have a lot of things.
So,
We got rained out for Memorial Day, so this is our rain date out here.
now let me ask you a question. Next year, are we going to go back to Sage Park?
We're going back to Sage Park.
Okay, that's all I got to know. That's all I got to know.
We're going back to the Berlin Turnpike where racing belongs.
That's where racing belongs. You got that right. Someday we got to get our buddy Mr. Priest on here, huh?
Yeah, it was a great night last night. Ryan's first time running in the Camping World Truck Series race in NASCAR, and he won the race. So it was a great race, and got to see him Wednesday night at Thompson. So very happy for the family. They're from Berlin. Ryan really represents Berlin well. We'll get him there one of these days.
That's right. We represent Berlin completely, and I have to really thank you guys for all you do for the vets. And I hope we do this every year. Okay, Matt. Thank you, buddy. Jimmy and Al.
Larry, thanks for coming.
The three amigos.
Oh, yeah, the
okay.
three amigos.
All right. Very good. And yes, welcome back to round 2 of the Berlin Fire Department Auto Show. Here we at the Berlin High School, and believe me, you're in for a treat today, as we're going to start this show by looking at these police cruisers that go back to the like 1970s and early 80s, and believe me, they look like they're just brand new. It's always great to see something different, and believe me, at this show there was some very interesting cars. Right?
Yep.
And yes, we have Ted Stockman with this beautiful, looks like a police car. Where, was it New York? Is that what it was, Ted?
Well, it's a '76 Plymouth Fury, and I made it into a NYPD car, what they were back in '76. So all the equipment on it is NYPD, because their equipment was unique. It wasn't off the rack. You know, that's their light bar, license plate, the siren, all the equipment is NYPD.
I bet you scared the hell out of a lot of people.
Well, when I'm on the highway, a lot of people don't want to pass me, no matter how slow I go. But it's a fun car. I own about 3 vintage police cars, but this one's the eye candy car because it's got that bright blue.
I remember that color like it was yesterday. And I'll tell you, I gotta find one. I have to. Blues Brothers.
Yeah. Yeah. This year make model is the same year as the police cars that were in the movie Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
mid-'70s.
Yeah, that's how popular they are, you know. Well, I want to thank you for bringing the car here, and I'm sure you're going to do well, and hope we see you every year, Ted.
Will do.
Thank you.
Take care.
Take care. And yes, we got Tim Giddish with this beautiful Mercedes which I really don't know much about, but I bet you do, Tim. Tell me about it.
Well, I've pretty much taken this thing all apart, up and down. It's a 1979.
Yep.
It did have a Mercedes V8, but I put in a Chevrolet V8 and a Chevrolet transmission.
Oh, this thing is a ground pounder.
Oh, I've done everything to it. It'll scoot right along now.
Where are you from, Tim?
I'm from Bristol, Connecticut.
Oh, yeah, you come to this show often?
I went to this one a couple years ago, but now with all this COVID, I didn't get to go show for a couple years.
Let me tell you, we're celebrating to get the freedom again.
Oh, the world is opening up again.
Yeah.
It's time.
Yeah. Okay, Timmy, I don't want to tie you up. I know you want to look at some other cars. I want to thank you for the interview and hope we see you here every year.
Oh, I'll be here. Don't worry.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you much.
Very good, Timmy. You were great. And yes, once again, we come across an old friend, Russ Bossy, and I see you still got this beautiful Chevelle convertible, huh?
Yes.
And you're keeping it clean, huh?
Well, that's a job in itself.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. It's like a full-time job, just keeping it clean. After you build them, it's just keeping it clean after that.
Now, which motor is in this car, Russ?
This is a crate engine, GM Performance 454, not the original 396 that came in it. So it's very reliable.
It's a ground pounder, though.
Oh, yeah. It's fun to drive, that's for sure.
Yeah. So you still doing some work?
A little bit here and there on my own stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. Keeping it clean.
I know what
That's
you
the
mean.
work.
Yeah. I got a Jeep. I call it my toy. You know what I mean? That's all I can do now is keep it clean.
Yep. Yep.
So the kids good? Everyone good?
Everything's good, just kind of taking it easy now, like a little semi-retired, so just enjoying every day.
Hey, I tell people, Russ, I wake up in the morning, it's a good day.
Yep, that's always good. Yep.
That's what you got to go by. Well, it's a pleasure seeing you here again at the show, and I know every year we're going to see you sooner or later. And, yeah, I'll have to get over to the garage. Maybe I could talk you to doing some work for me.
Stop by, I'm home.
Okay. All right, buddy.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Nice seeing you.
Good
Take
seeing
care.
Yes, of course, there was a few other things going on at the show, and this little carts here giving the kids a ride, young and old, as this was actually something that the Lions Club of Berlin put together, and believe me, it's a lot of fun, and the kids love it.
And yes, we have this beautiful Model T 1926. I just can't get over the color and everything. I love this car. Owned by John Tattersall, and he's a Southington man too, right?
Right.
Now, tell me about this car. How'd you get this car?
Well, I saw it on eBay, and it was in Connecticut, so I went down and looked at it, and I wanted a little bit too much, and so my son went down later on in the afternoon and talked him down, and that's how we got it.
Yeah. Do you drive it much?
Yeah, I do. I do. I mean, it's fun to drive.
Yeah. It's got the original motor.
Original engine, matching numbers, and it's good shape.
I'm impressed. I'll tell you, I might have to give you my number in case you ever want to sell this car. I just love it. I'll tell you.
I don't think I'll ever sell it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. You come to the show often?
All right. Yeah, this is I don't know how many 7th time we've been here.
Yeah,
so.
they're good people. Let me tell you.
It is.
It's a good cause, and we love coming here every year. The only problem is this time of the year it gets hot, and they say later on it's going to get hot.
Hot and humid, but we're in the shade. We should be pretty good. We're underneath the trees here, so.
Yeah, we'll be fine. You got a good spot here, and I want to thank you for having a word with us, and hope we talk down the road.
And I'll see you in town.
Okay, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. You were excellent.
Thank you.
Okay. And yes, we got Gary Jacobs with this beautiful 56
Thank you.
Chevrolet with a color I recognize right away, huh? This is a popular car back in the day, huh?
Oh yeah.
How'd you ever come across this car?
Well, it's kind of a strange thing. We run an auction in town. I do with another couple of guys. We run over at the American Legion here in town. We do it every 2 weeks. So I got a call from a gal right here in town, and her husband owned this car. Anyway, she had some things that were his, and he had passed away. Well, he hadn't passed away, but he was in very bad condition. So anyway, she wanted to sell some of his stuff, and he had a train collection, some other things that we picked up for the auction. And towards the end of the conversation, she said, well, I have something in the garage. Maybe you can help me with that.
Oh, boy.
And she opened the garage, and there was this thing. So that was a done deal right away.
Oh, yeah. I would have fell in love with it right away, too. Is it automatic or standard?
It's a standard, three on the tree, yeah. So I really didn't have to do much to it myself. It just kind of fell into my hands, you know, but by a strange coincidence, basically. So
I tell you, it looks pretty original, huh?
yeah, I came out of a shop over in the state of Washington. He had it taken all the way out here. He had it trailered all the way out here. So yeah, so yeah, I think it was a good buy on his part. And then they had it for about 15 years, and so I just acquired it this past winter. So it's only the second time I've had it out for a show. So
well, I want to really congratulate you because this car is special. I look at that interior and I could see it. I had one, a 56 convertible with that kind of interior, you know, and they're special cars, let me tell you.
Well, any of the 55 through 57. I mean, it was strange because I've been looking to pick up one, you know, some in that range, and open the garage door and there it is. It's
there
like,
it is. Yeah,
what is that, Kismet? I don't know.
Yeah, you're a lucky man, I'll tell you.
Thank you.
Well, I want to let you go. I know you're going to do well here today, and thank you for coming, and hope we see you here every year.
Okay, thank
Nice
you.
to see you.
Yes, I
Take
appreciate
care,
it.
buddy.
Thank you.
And yes, we move over a car to this beautiful black 1940 Ford owned by Paul Nelson, and I think you know a little bit about this car, huh, Paul?
Yeah, nearest I can tell, it was put together in the late 50s, early 60s because of some of the speed equipment that's on it. It's got dual chrome 97s, an Almquist intake manifold, Kogel high compression cast iron heads, Reds headers, Smitty exhaust, electronic ignition. And
So it's a flathead.
it's still a flathead.
Oh, wow, good, good. That's what I want to hear.
It's going to stay a flathead.
Yeah. I see tie rods. Is that a club you're in?
No, I picked that up on the internet, but it is a, believe it's a Hartford club or a Boston club. It goes way, way back. They do the fall swap meet at Stafford Stadium.
You know, in the day, I used to belong to the Mid-State Modifiers, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Was located right in Berlin here, and the car clubs were a big deal.
Yes, they were. Back in '61, I had a chance to join the Carbs out of Hartford, Connecticut Auto Rod Builders Association. Dues were $10 a month. I was making $1 an hour pumping gas.
$10 was a lot of money.
It was. It certainly was.
Well, I know you're going to do well here today, Paul, and I want to thank you for having a word with us, and we hope we see you every year.
All right, sir.
All right,
Thank
buddy.
You.
Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you, buddy.
Here comes the Model T guy.
Okay. And yes, we got Bob Shepley with this beautiful 1965 Mustang GT in Rangoon red. And I got a feeling you know a little about this car, Bob.
Yeah, the car is all original. Right down, it still has the AM radio in it. I got the build sheet for the car that came down the assembly line when it was built. So there's nothing in there that didn't come with the car.
Is it a 4-speed or a 3?
It's a automatic.
Automatic, okay.
3-speed with overdrive.
289?
289, yes.
Yeah, wow.
I had the engine done over last winter, so it's a little more than 289 now. They bored it 30 over and put a little mild cam in it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Nothing radical. I didn't want a radical.
Now tell me, when you were a kid, did you have one of these cars?
Actually, when my daughter was born in 1969, my wife went to the hospital in a 65 Mustang. It was a light blue 65, and my daughter came home from the hospital in it.
See that? That's right, there's a tie to this.
It does have some old memories.
I had a dark blue 65 fastback, brand new.
Oh, yeah, they're nice.
I wish I had that car.
They're a nice car, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I go to a lot of shows. Me and my buddy there, this time of the year you can go out every day. You know?
Where are you from?
I'm from Middlebury, Connecticut.
Oh yeah, I know the area.
Yeah.
Chassis Dynamics, you know that guy?
I've heard of it. Yes.
Yeah, Bob Cuneo. Oh yeah.
I originally from Naugatuck. I was on the fire department in Naugatuck for 25 years. Retired as chief.
Oh wow.
So that was.
So you got a good history here, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
Cars are your favorite, though, right?
Yes. Yeah,
The collector car world is alive and well, I like to say.
I hope it stays that way. I hope the younger generation keeps it going, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's, with these new cars, I don't know what's going to happen with electric and hybrid and,
Yeah, right. I'm not a fan of electric cars, by no means.
Yeah, if you like old cars, you'll never will be.
No, I won't.
Well, I want to thank you for having a word with us and hope we see you here every year, Bob.
I want to thank you for liking my car. That's what it's all about. Get out, have people look at the cars and enjoy them.
I love this car. I would love to park it right in my garage. Okay.
All right.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Okay. And yes, we have George Crawford with this beautiful blue 1965 Super Sport 327, huh?
No, it's got a 454 in it.
Oh my God, this thing is a ground pounder.
It's a ground pounder.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big block Chevy. I've taken that engine out. The 327 has been
How long have you owned the car, George?
I've owned the car 9 years. Yeah.
Where are you from?
From Meriden, Connecticut. Yeah.
You in the club?
No, I'm not in the club. No.
Of course, when we were kids, that was it. You had to belong to a car club.
Well, I did belong to a car club many years ago, but kind of dissolved the club, and here we are with still the car.
Hey, the collector car world is alive and well.
It sure is. Getting better all the time.
I just
Look
hope
at some of these new cars.
I just hope that the kids will carry this on.
Well, I think if the parents treat them right, maybe start them off.
Yeah.
We'll be able to keep going with what we're doing here.
What do you got for a transmission?
Transmission is a M21 Rock Crusher.
Oh, wow. You must have some fun with this car.
Got some 390 gears in it. It's set up pretty well.
It'll go.
It'll go. Yeah, it'll pound the ground pretty good.
Yeah. That interior almost looks original.
That interior should look original because it is original.
Oh my God. You don't see that often.
No. It's there's a couple spots on it that should be replaced, but I'll tell you, it's only original one time.
Is this Marina Blue?
This is not Marina Blue. This is Lipus Blue. It's not even a Chevy color. Belongs to the Mazda world.
Hey, you know what? If you like it, this is all important.
I love the color.
Tell. Well, I want to thank you, George. You were excellent. I know you're going to do well here today, and I hope we see you here every year.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Larry.
buddy. Thank you.
Thank you.
And yes, we came across this beautiful 1969 Mach 1 owned by Patrick Downey.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you something, Patrick. This car is gorgeous. Tell me about this car. And it's got a special motor, too.
Yes, it's a 390 motor. It's originally a big block car. I bought it in 1984. I've had it a very long time. Didn't always look like this, but we fixed it up little by little. The engine's all been rebuilt. It's actually stroked out to a 445 cubic inch, so it's got a lot of horsepower and makes a lot of noise, so it's good.
So this is a ground pounder.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I have a lot of fun with it. We do a lot of car shows and cruise nights. That's all. Just have fun with it.
Where are you from?
I'm from Meriden. Yeah.
I can remember as a kid and growing up, going to the Ford dealer in New Britain, and these Mach 1s, I'm going to tell you, oh boy.
Yeah.
I mean, the dark green ones you see everywhere.
Yeah.
Red you don't see too often, I have to say. And did you repaint this car yourself?
Yes, in 1990 it was painted, so it was actually green originally, but I like red, and everything I own is red, so Yeah, enjoy it. It's held up well.
Rangoon Red, right?
Rangoon. This is actually candy apple.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, yeah. It's original color for 1969. It was an option. And
Now that you mention it, oddly enough, I had a '73 Jeep that I fixed. It was in an accident, and the code on the dash said "Special Call Factory."
Oh.
And it was red.
That's cool. Yeah.
And I called the factory, and they said, "Yeah, it's a Ford color, candy apple red."
There you go.
I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, it is. Ask my wife. Everything I have is red. Our cars, or my trucks, and everything I have is red. So, just a personal favorite.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
That's kind of a wild color. So maybe you're a wild guy.
Only on weekends. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, we have fun with the car. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you come here every year?
Yes, we do. We've do a lot of the shows and cruise nights. Everyone we get,
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
I like to say the car hobby is alive and well.
Oh, especially coming out of all the year we had last year. So this year it's definitely making up for lost ground.
It's like we're free again.
Yeah, it is. It's nice to see everybody out, and enjoying themselves.
So your wife liked the car too?
Oh, loves it. Yeah, exactly.
I tell you, my wife would be driving me nuts if I ever owned this car. She'd be wanting to drive it every 5 minutes.
Yes, well, every chance she wants to drive it, but hasn't yet.
Okay.
Soon though.
We'll get her in there.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
All
Yeah,
right,
we'll get her
buddy.
in there.
I want to thank you for your interview. I know you're going to do well, and we hope to see you down the road.
Absolutely. Look forward to it. Definitely.
Take care. Thank you. And yes, we move over a car to this beautiful black 1940 Ford owned by Paul Nelson. And I think you know a little bit about this car, huh, Paul?
Yeah, nearest I can tell, it was put together in the late 50s, early 60s because of some of the speed equipment that's on it. It's got dual chrome 97s, an Almquist intake manifold, Kogel high compression cast iron heads, Reds headers, Smitty exhaust, electronic ignition. And
So it's a flathead.
it's still a flathead.
Oh, wow. Good, good. That's what I want to hear.
It's going to stay a flathead.
Yeah. I see tie rods. Is that a club you're in?
No, I picked that up on the internet, but it is believe it's a Hartford club or a Boston club. It goes way, way back. They do the fall swap meet at Stafford Stadium.
In the day, I used to belong to the Mid-State Modifiers, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Was located right in Berlin here, and the car clubs were a big deal.
Yes, they were. Back in '61, I had a chance to join the Carbs out of Hartford, Connecticut Auto Rod Builders Association. Dues were $10 a month. I was making $1 an hour pumping gas.
$10 was a lot of money.
It was. It certainly was.
Well, I know you're going to do well here today, Paul, and I want to thank you for having a word with us, and we hope we see you every year.
All right, sir.
All right,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you, buddy.
Here comes the Model T guy.
Okay. Well, good.
And yes, as we come to the conclusion of the show today, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And we're going to give you a little shot here of Plainville Stadium stock car back in the day. And I want to remind you that the week after the Berlin Fair, there'll be the Plainville Stadium reunion at the Berlin Fairgrounds. And believe me, you will not want to miss that. Thank you for tuning in. And yes, we want to thank the fire department for this wonderful show and all the great things they do in town. Thank you and goodbye. This program is brought to you in part by R2 Pictures and real estate broker Larry Mangello.